Good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing? Y'all know who this is. This is your boy, Rob Thomas Jr., and this is the real news behind the news. Oh, yeah, man. Today is a beautiful Wednesday, September 28th, 2022, and boy, I'm going to have to tell Pastor about this one. Because this thing is getting very ridiculous when it comes to these alternative agendas. Now, first and foremost, as you all can see in the description section, I had to put a disclaimer up because I am not a homophobe. I'm not a transphobe. I am not a person who judges other people because, hell, I got so much sin in my life that I barely be in Satan running 1 and 2. Who's going to go to hell first, probably. But anyway, the truth is, I must talk about this because it is a situation. Now, even though it happened in Canada, you all can look at the description section and look at the link. This link is going to take you to an article where up in Canada, I think it was Ontario or British, wherever, somewhere up in Canada, you had a male teacher who identifies as a woman, a transgender man, woman, however they pronounce it. And that's another thing, but these pronouns is getting out of hand. But you had a male teacher who identifies as a woman, which, all right, nobody has a problem with that. But what this teacher did in a classroom setting was totally inappropriate, y'all. Totally inappropriate. And what's so killing about it is the school board in that district of whatever city that was in Canada chose to uphold the teacher as opposed to the children. Now, y'all got to go look at the link. You got to click on the link to see what I'm talking about, because this dude, notice I say this dude who identifies, who says he wants to be a woman, but if keep it real. Again, I say this, and again, I'm not here to offend nobody or judge anybody, but I am here to speak my reality, my truth. At what point do I have to stop living your lie? What's up, cuz? Love you, little brother. What's up with it, cuz? Hey, Danny Martin in the house. Hey, Danny, I'm going to have to send you my new phone number soon as this video over and you give me a call. But if we talking about something real serious, Danny. All right. It's getting to the point now where this LGBTQ, MNOP, SWV, LSG, NWA agenda is getting out of hand. Now, up in Canada, you had a man who identifies as a woman. He's a teacher. I'm sending it over to you as soon as I finish this video, Dan. I'm about to send it to you through Messenger, and then you just call me from that point on. You have my new number, and I have your number. But this guy who says that he's a woman, again, at what point do I have to stop? Do I get a chance to stop living in your fake fantasy world? You created this world for yourself. Now y'all mad because people are not accepting your lifestyle. But how could you expect somebody to accept your lifestyle when you can't even accept who God created you to be? If God gave you a ding-a-ling, you are a man. If he gave you a coochie, you are a woman. No matter what you do to suppress your hormones or increase your testosterone or increase your estrogen levels, you are a biological male or female for the simple fact that you got to go out of your way to enhance the lifestyle that you want to live. But at what point do I get a chance to say, fuck that? You are a boy demon. That is a boy demon. Now, if y'all look in the description section, y'all see what went on up there in Canada. Well, this dude who wants to be a woman came into a classroom full of 12 and 13-year-old boys. He was in a shop class. He's a shop class teacher. He came in there with some prosthetic titties that reached down to his waist and had nipples on it this big, wearing some some spandex short. It was totally gross. I gave y'all the description so you can really overlook it, but you need to read the article because the parents of that school were pissed. And you know what the school board said? He has a right to do what he wants. Now, I can't show you really pictures of this on YouTube or Facebook because they will block me saying that I'm trying to shame this dude and nobody should see this. Nobody but the 12-year-old boys in that shop class. So this is why I keep telling you all, we have to stand up, man, and speak about these things because the more you are silent about it, talking about, well, I don't want to seem transphobic. It's not transphobic to tell your boy that that is a boy, even though he trying to be a girl. It's not transphobic to have an outrage when a grown man who simply decides to put on a dress and a wig and identify in his mind with as a woman can go into a public bathroom with your 8-year-old daughter. At what point do we start saying, let's get back to reality and stop living these false realities? This is why I tell y'all this sex education should not be taught in public schools. Sex education is something that parents should teach their children at home. But when you got a man who literally went out of his way to put on some prosthetic titties that was about this wide, y'all. Let me read some of y'all comments real quick. Danny Martin say, "What's up, blood? What's up, cuz?" I love my brother nephew Danny, man. He the only one that gonna understand that. The Alphabet Warriors. Oh my God, what's going on? K say, what's going on? Emmett Thomas watching. Let me see. Y'all give me a second. I'm working with a new device. Thank you to my cousin Shell. Love you too, brother Emmett. The world is being built around accepting instead of respecting. Because guess what, Danny? You right. If you respect me, then you would understand why I'm not accepting the fact that a grown man can put on a skirt, a dress, some fake titties, and a wig and go into the bathroom with your 8-year-old daughter. Or this grown man who's a teacher in a public school system can wear some fake breasts the size of watermelons, literally, with a provocative shirt around it, meaning that you can see them big old fake ass nipples that's about this big around, net long. He can go into a shop class as a teacher, and me as a parent, I can't say shit about it with my 12-year-old son has to go to this man's class. If my son went to school that day, my son would automatically know, man, I'm finna walk out this motherfucking classroom. And no matter what the consequences are, I'm gonna deal with them. He doesn't have to be subjected to that. I teach my son again that if you're born with a ding-a-ling, you're a boy. You are a boy, Damon. If you're born with a coochie, you are a woman. No matter what you do, you can't convince me to call you ma'am, or her, or she. Don't I have a right to live my reality? At what point do I have to surrender my beliefs to accommodate your beliefs? You want me, again, to accept you, but you cannot accept who God created you to be, or what he created you to be? At what point do we as parents, at what point do we as just fucking common sense thinking human beings realize that this shit is getting out of hand, bro? That school system chose to back the teacher who did some of the foulest shit that a grown person can do, who's over the lives of children. This man put on some breasts, again, each one of them the size of watermelons. For what reason did you do that? If you wanted to do that, you could have did that on a Friday or a Saturday night and went to one of them clubs that you go to. But you brought this into a classroom. People, if a woman, a natural woman, decided to enlarge her breasts to that size, she would not be able to get a job. I don't care if she had 35 degrees. She would not be able to get a job because they're going to say that is too outlandish. That is too provocative. What are you really trying to say about your titties or your lack of titties? So this is why I keep telling y'all, man, you cannot allow these people to teach your children anything about sex or opposite sexes, the birds and the bees. You can't allow these folks to teach them because you got psychopaths, sociopaths, masochists. You got people who have alternative agendas, and their agenda is to recruit your children. Notice the word for the day, people, boys and girls, recruit. Ding, 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 recruit. They cannot reproduce their numbers biologically, physically, because two men with both of them got dingalings, it's smelling like motherfucking ankle socks and jock straps in the room. No matter what they do to each other sexually, they cannot produce a child. So they have to recruit your children. And you know how they do it? Number one is through your public school system. Number two is through the cartoons that your kids are watching. Through the music and the entertainment that your kids, and we can't blame our kids because they say, well, this is a lost generation. Well, who the fuck lost them as parents? If our children are lost, who the fuck lost them? Now, who got to find them? It starts with parents. Parents are involved in a lot of this. I ain't gonna even say it like that because again, I'm not trying to seem hostile. I'm just saying. Hold on, let me read some more of you all's comments, man. Y'all give me a second. I'm trying to get used to the orientation of this new device. Y'all give me a second. Send it over. I'm gonna send it over, Danny, as soon as I finish this up. That's what's going on, Brother K. Hold on, y'all gotta give me a second. This thing, I'm working with a new device, y'all, and it's not acting the way that I would like it to. But anyway, y'all get the gist of this message. Y'all can read the comments. I would love to see y'all's comments on here, but it's a little bit different than YouTube, where I had the comments strolling constantly. And again, I'm working with a new device. Let me see if I do this shit or whatever. Nah, it's not gonna work. All right, but anyway. Again, look at that link in the description section of this video, and you will literally see what I'm saying and why I'm saying it so passionately. At what point do I have the right to say, no, sir? Well, I am a man. No, sir. You are a man. And without getting fired from my job. Now, the only people who are they're mad, they're trying to take the videos and the pictures and all that of what happened up there in Canada with this teacher. They try to take it off social media. And they're banning, in some cases, they're giving you strikes on YouTube. That's why I haven't said nothing about it on YouTube. Facebook might give me a strike saying that I'm being hostile. No, I'm not being hostile. I'm saying everybody has a right to do what they want to do, don't it? Everybody has a right to express themselves in whatever kind of way, don't it? Don't I have a right then to say, fuck that? Don't I have a right to say, no, sir, even though this dude got makeup on and a wig and prosthetic booty, prosthetic breast, long fingernails, look just like a woman, but you are a man. At what point do I have the right to speak the fucking truth? Because you are speaking a lie and you're steadily augmenting your body, trying to follow a lie when I say, you still got an XY chromosome, don't you? You still got an XX chromosome, don't you? So how can you change that? If you cannot change that, you cannot change your agenda. Plain and simple. If you cannot change that X and Y chromosome or that X and X chromosome in your body that makes you who you are, you can't change your gender. So if you are a man, please forgive me and no disrespect, but there's no way in the fuck I'm finna call you she, ma'am, her. And not being disrespectful, but if you got a right to feel that way, I got a right to say fuck that. I got a right to say, hell no, my son ain't finna go, my little 8-year-old daughter is not finna go into the same bathroom as a 46-year-old man who says that he's a woman. Fuck that. That's the phrase for today, y'all. Fuck that. The word for the word for today is recruit. The phrase for today is fuck that. If you continue to sit back and say, well, do y'all realize that they trying to equate their struggle with the civil rights struggle? Which is the craziest shit I've ever heard, because in that process of having an XX or XY chromosome, I was born black. I was born into a system of oppression. That's some shit you all chose. Totally different. Totally different. So y'all, hey, take it for what it is. I'm not here to express, to ignite hostility. I'm here to ignite a dialogue. Why the fuck should I have to call you ma'am when your mustache thicker than mine? Why should I call you a woman, when you got toenails that look like a nigga I know named Franklin that I used to play kickball with up at Pine Grove? Every time I came up to kick the ball and he pitched it, I tried to kick him in his face with the ball. His name was Franklin. I was wondering where Franklin went, and some of you niggas look just like Franklin right now with all this extracurricular activity going on. Who said that way better quality? That's because we got people that believe in the real news behind the news, and everything that y'all give to the real news behind the news gonna go to make this channel. I don't give a damn if I'm hungry. If somebody say, well, I'm giving you this money for a camera, guess what? Let's go get the camera right now. So that's what, and I thank God only the Creator has done this thing. Because in these last days, you're going to need somebody to speak up and speak out. A lot of people who are in positions of power or social influence, whatever, can't say what I say. Because I don't have sponsors. Unlike your regular news that lies to you on a day-to-day basis, that tells you it's better for this transgender man with these big-ass, fake watermelon-sized ass breasts to tell your kids, to show them how to be inclusive. See, that's what the mainstream media tell you. Me, the real news behind news, gonna tell you reality and give you all the phrase of the day again. Ding, 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 ding. Fuck that. Y'all be blessed.